Hi, everyone. My name is Anna, and welcome to today's message. Today's message is because of love from Colossians 3:13. Above all these, put in love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. Now, my platform logo is Love is the Answer, and you've heard me say it many times now. And I've dedicated my life to helping people understand what that means. Because love, well, it's a beautiful thing. And it is a language that we all use. Good, bad, or ugly, it teaches us lessons every day. And love is a choice that you make each day, and you choose how to use it in your life. So I decided to grab some lessons in love from the Bible for today's message. Because without love, well, we can't become what we're meant to be. So, first, I hope that you understand that nothing in this life is a coincidence. Every person you meet is on your journey because you need a lesson, and there is no accident in this, and it is part of creation. The love that God created is meant to heal us. And these people that come into our life, they are meant to love us, or we are meant to love them as part of a lesson. And only you will know the real answer to why they're in your life. But no matter the reason, it definitely is because of love. In all parts of life, there's love. And sometimes the reason for the love isn't loud or ugly or directly understandable. And sometimes it takes time to figure it out. And sometimes it's quiet and it sneaks up on you and it catches you a little off guard. But you know right away why it's there. Well, what's important to understand in all of this is that there's a reason that love is the greatest commandment. There's a reason that all things are done in love. And even if you don't realize that you're doing it, you see, God creates love in all things and people. And once you understand that love really is the answer to everything, well, then you have to choose how to use it. Because love is a tool that we use for the lessons of our life. You see, love is learned by others' love for us. And this is a lesson in acceptance, and it starts when we're young. It comes from our family and friends, and this is not a romantic kind of love. This comes along as we grow in life. It comes from our teachers, our parents, our grandparents, siblings, and close friends. And most often, these people, well, they don't even realize that they're teaching us how to accept love. And it sets the precedent for what and who we choose to be in life and in love. And it often teaches us how to use that tool. Now, this type of love can be a good lesson or a hard lesson. And as you grow into being an adult, you learn how to use it. And ultimately, this is where you come to a crossroad in your life. It's a life lesson in love. And you learn what to expect based on how others show love for you. And the lesson is that love really has no expectation and it should be pure and unconditional. That's how God's love is. But the caveat to this is that sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's selfish. And that doesn't mean it's a bad thing, just a lesson. So, how you choose this lesson is up to you. How you choose to love creates how love manifests in your adult life. And even as an adult, the choice is still up to you. If you made a bad choice at your crossroad, well, you get to choose to learn love that is selfless or selfish. It's a choice. And God gives us chances repeatedly to make a correct choice. So if you forget how to love, you're just going to repeat it until you remember. And it's God's ultimate lesson in reaping and sowing. Love sometimes is disguised as deceit, so you can learn self-love. And then you come back to it once you've learned the lesson. And this creates a lesson that brings you to another crossroad where you decide to accept love or let it go. And only you know the real answer to why love has arrived or returned. Most often, it manifests as romantic love. And this has the potential to be a gateway of trust or commitment. But If someone comes back to you, you both have to agree that being broken was inspiring and an incredible time of personal growth and improvement. It becomes happiness and love when it's created by the progress that we've made in our life. And as weird as it seems, sometimes at this crossroad, you have to let go, which is also love. When you've tried your best to love someone else and nothing has worked, you just have to let go. And this is the reason for self-love. Because loving them enough to let them have their wish of moving along and possibly loving someone else is a great gift of love that you give to both of you. Though I will admit it's painful because I've had to do it. Sometimes love, well, it isn't what it seems at all. Sometimes it's disguised as true deceit, and you have to walk away from this. It's a lesson in discernment and self-worth. And it isn't fair when it happens. And these people, they aren't valuing you as a human, and they're selfish. It's a road that leads to disappointment, sadness, and it never reaches its full potential, this kind of love. So you have to let this kind of love go and just don't look back, because you're worth more than the crumbs they've served you. And this love will never lead to happiness, and it is just simply a lesson. And always, when this happens, choose your self-worth. Love is self-control. You must be able to take control of your life. Love always. And in the end, love will leave you to deal with yourself, no matter how you choose to love. And at the end of the day, if your life is not controlled, well, love is going to distract you. And you'll forget who you are along the way and maybe even become resentful or hateful. And getting your life in order keeps you from being consumed in how others feel, and it allows you to love yourself more and be less resentful and hateful. Loving yourself enough to control who you choose to be in love is actually being selfless. Love is sometimes empathy for others. And this one is one of the most important love lessons and one of the most important tools. This type of love means understanding the feelings of others. And this is the single most important lesson if you are choosing your companion or lover. This is the foundation of who we are. This is how we are when we're in love. And this kind of love, empathetic love, is how we show care and concern for our partner. And it's vital to creating intimacy and trust in your relationship. Empathetic love helps you nurture them and put their feelings in line with yours. And this lesson is very important to the success of every relationship. And without it, the relationship will fail. And love is forgiveness. It doesn't blame others, and it's the hardest love lesson and tool. When we love in forgiveness, we choose to understand the situation and circumstance of someone else. It doesn't mean we overlook what happened, and it doesn't mean that we choose not to see how that made us who we became. It means choosing to not forget whatever it was, but having enough love to be forgiving, including forgiving yourself for allowing yourself to be treated in a way that doesn't nurture love within. And this type of forgiving love allows us to let go of the negativity and the expectations, because we can't decide how people are going to act. We have our definition of love, and we know the way that we want to be treated. However, not everyone is like us. Letting go of that will bring you peace, even if it means being separated from them to do it. You see, choosing to forgive allows forward movement. And to do it, you have to leave others behind who don't make the same choices in love. It stops you from blaming others for your heartbreak and betrayal, and it allows others to learn from their own actions what lessons love has to teach. And the Bible will tell you that what you reap, you sow, and you do receive your own actions back. Like a mirror, that you have to see yourself in, but only worse. And you know what? God put me through that process. And once I saw myself for who I truly used to be and who I truly was, there was no going back. I just chose to become better. And you learn in that process that love is unconditional. You find out that true love doesn't come with those expectations. It has no limit and it is intentional. And for me, it taught me to be content and to give away love without expecting anything in return. It taught me to build with the blocks that God had given me and knowing that love will find me, because action in love is what you learn. And you learn that saying I love you is not just an important saying, it's more important in showing. So saying I love you isn't nearly as important as showing I love you. And your actions really speak to what's in your heart. Your love will become flexible and satisfying without neglecting who and what you are. And it's accepting, and you don't look inside yourself or compromise others for your own satisfaction. And if you found romantic love and it comes back to you, well, that means all the love that you gave just returned itself to you. And that is amazing. And I want to tell you that love is tribal. It's a funny word, tribal. But I mean that love brings you to your people. When you find the love that you seek within, through your faith in God and unconditional love, you experience something magical. Your tribe arrives. It's incredible. The moment you experience this, when the right people come into your life, it becomes an enlightening and amazing experience. It changes the way that you see everything in life. And I mean everything. The world looks different. Music doesn't sound the same. And all the lessons and people in your life take on a new meaning. You begin to process all the things from another perspective, from the love perspective. And you just start to figure things out. And you realize how love is used every single day to bring joy. And you realize amazingly that life simply stems from God's unconditional love and nothing more. And you know the lessons are inevitable and you can't avoid them, so you accept them. And you can only choose to change with it. And you have an understanding of why love is the greatest commandment. You realize who's been there for you and who hasn't. And you know that God's unconditional love is the only constant thing in your life. So you seek it. You start to find love in hopeless places. You realize that love is redemption in every way and form. And you realize that it's everywhere and in everything you do. And every experience has love, no matter where you are or what you're doing. You suddenly understand that the rejection of love from someone else is God's way of changing you into who you're meant to be. And you understand that being open to love brings opportunity, and love just finds you without trying. You realize that it really is the way, the truth, and the life. So here we are at the end of the message for today. I bet you're pretty glad. But this is how I see it. Love is the foundation of life, as God intended for it to be. It is high hopes and big lessons. It's a tool for pain, joy, and growth. And it can be expected and true or a complete circus act. And it shapes our identity and our growth. And it shapes our relationships. And it allows us to let go when necessary. It teaches us acceptance, and it's not always easy. It's being vulnerable and trusting, but it should feel like home. And if it doesn't, let it go. And mostly what I say today is that it allows us to evolve into who and what we're chosen to be on our journey. It forces us to grow and mature and transform into something and someone better. Love is beautiful in all its flaws, its misconception, and it's unconditional and it's endless. It's not perfect, but neither are we. And it is the force of human evolution, created by a mighty God for the purpose of lessons in our life, each one making us stronger as we grow. It is truly godly evolution of human experience. And it's why that is the greatest commandment. Because without it, we just can't become all we're meant to be. So choose today to evolve. Choose God's unconditional love. Choose love. Period. Exclamation point. Love really is the answer. You just have to choose it. If this resonated with you, please like and share my post. Thank you for your donations to my divine mission and for helping me to keep my message alive. I will see you next time.